Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today we will be reading about our comedy queen, Prajakta Koli, um, also known as Mostly Sane, as she is available in YouTube, Instagram and Facebook as Mostly Sane. So let's just get right into it. Prajakta Koli, from radio intern to comedy queen. Instead of letting your hardships and failures discourage or exhaust you, let them inspire you. Let them make you even hungrier to succeed. Michelle Obama. In the dictionary, the word failure comes before the word success. Similarly, in life, failure usually precedes success. Here are a few examples. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first television anchor job. She ended up creating one of the highest rated television talk shows in the world. Michael Jordan was rejected from his eighth grade basketball team. He ended up becoming the greatest basketball player of all time. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper because he was not creative enough. He ended up creating the largest entertainment empire in the world. Steven Spielberg was rejected 3 times by a film school. He ended up becoming one of the wealthiest filmmakers in the world. They all fell, but they picked themselves up again and created history. This is a similar story. By the age of 11, Prajakta Koli had decided on her career plan. She wished to become India's top radio jockey, RJ. She spent hours listening to FM channels and participating in extracurricular activities aligned to her career goals. As a first step towards her dream, she started working as an intern at radio station. However, the internship went nowhere. A year later, she got the opportunity to host her first radio show. It was a miserable failure. Her self confidence took a beating. From loving radio, she began to hate it. Eventually, at the start of 2015, she quit her RJ career. In February of the same year, Prajakta began her new journey as a YouTuber. Today, she is India's top female comedy YouTuber. By the beginning of 2021, she has 6.1 million subscribers on YouTube and 3.4 million followers on Instagram. Her popularity brought her collaborations with celebrities like Ritik Roshan, Ayushmann Khurrana, Kajol, Nawazuddin Siddiqui, and Badshah. She has also acted in the short film Khayali Pulao, the Netflix series Mismatched, and the Karan Johar produced film Jug Jug Jio. Prajakta has also made a few music videos like Shameless 2017, No Offense 2018, and Ye Dis Gana Hai 2020. She has also collaborated with Michelle Obama, former US First Lady, on a YouTube original documentary on the education of girls. Prajakta has many other achievements to her credit. She was the first YouTuber in the world to interview YouTube's global CEO, Susan Wojcicki. Sorry. She is also the only one from India to have been invited by Marvel Comics to collaborate with the cast of the American superhero film Captain Marvel. In February 2019, she was included in the Forbes list of 30 under 30 and Entrepreneur India's 35 under 35. In the same year, she was featured in Outlook Business magazine's list of women of worth and received Cosmopolitan's YouTuber of the Year award. In 2020, Prajakta was featured on the cover of BW Business World as one of their list of most influential women. This then is the story of Prajakta Koli, failed radio intern who became one of the most popular and loved creators in India. The beginning. Prajakta Koli was born on 27 June 1993 in Thane, in a Mumbai suburb. Her mother, Archana Koli, worked as a school teacher, while her father, Manoj Koli, ran a restaurant. She did her schooling at Vasant Vihar High School, Thane, and earned a bachelor's degree in mass media from VG Vazik College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Mulund, another Mumbai suburb. From childhood, Prajakta spent hours listening to FM radio. While her family would wait for songs, she would wait for the warm and friendly voice of the radio jockeys. In those days, radio jockey was not a popular profession, but she enjoyed listening to them so much that in class 6 she decided she wanted to be a radio jockey. Prajakta always believed in having a plan and sticking to it. An average student, she as an average student, she never missed an opportunity, however, to participate in public speaking competitions. At morning assemblies in school, she was the teacher's preferred choice to read the news and lead the pledge. In college, she got involved in theater and anchoring. After graduation, she joined a radio channel as an intern and eventually hosted a show. However, things weren't as pleasant as she had expected. The show flopped. A chorus of self doubt began filling her head. While contemplating what to do next, she was spotted by Sudeep Leri from One Digital Entertainment, who suggested she start making content on YouTube. Back then, YouTube as a career choice was unheard of. Hence, Prajakta ignored Sudeep's advice for a few months. However, as her radio career continued to fail, she thought of giving the YouTube idea a shot. On 12th February 2015, Prajakta posted her first video. She never looked back. There are many valuable lessons to be gleaned from the evolution of Prajakta Koli as a personal brand. A few are shared here. Restore faith in yourself. Imagine believing you could do something very well for nearly a decade. Not only thinking so, but putting in every effort to become the best in your chosen field. But then a day came when you failed in your chosen career, and that too publicly. How would you feel? Perhaps you would lose faith in yourself. It happened to Prajakta. Growing up, Prajakta loved listening to radio jockeys and yearned to be one of them. As a young girl, she filled pages with autographs by and to herself. Her parents realized very early, that Prajakta was more inclined towards the arts than academics. Perhaps that's why they never gave too much attention to her report card. Instead, they pushed her to try new things such as dance, theater, and debate. They applauded her even when she got a certificate of participation. Her father would say, Prajakta, don't be average. Either be below average or above average. Growing up, Prajakta did not really understand the words, but today she knows their beauty. They helped her grow to be a confident person. The more one practices speaking in front of others, the better you become. In school, Prajakta was active in any activity that required speaking in front of others. At home, she repeatedly recorded voice samples in her mother's voice recorder, focusing all her energy towards attaining her dream. She did a bachelor's degree in mass media. Before her final exams, Prajakta prepared a list of all the radio stations in Mumbai. She spent nights and weekends preparing CDs for her voice recordings, assembling photocopies of of her certificates, and collecting recommendations from people with whom she had worked. She prepared separate packets for every radio station and went with her parents to drop them at various stations. Eventually, she was accepted as an intern at Fever 104 FM. Prajakta was thrilled to begin her dream journey and celebrated with her parents. But her glorified vision of radio was soon shattered. Instead of becoming a radio jockey, she found herself working in the production team on 14-hour shifts. Also, she found it difficult to adjust to the culture of the radio station. She started to feel she was not talented enough for radio. As much as she had once loved the idea, now she began hating her job. Going to work felt like a battle with herself. She continued reminding herself this was just the start. Finally, after a year long internship, Prajakta's manager told her there was an opening for a radio jockey on the late night show call center. Though the show's timing were odd, midnight to 2 a.m., it was finally the opportunity she had been waiting for to be on air. So Prajakta grabbed it. She enjoyed recording the show, but the audience was not responsive. In the second week, she was told not to do the show live, but pre record her sessions. The opportunity that had looked interesting initially suddenly became boring. Imagine sitting in a room alone, not being able to speak to anyone. She felt she was doping a fake show, and her motivation level went down. The show flopped, and Prajakta's self confidence took a beating. She decided a career as a radio jockey was not for her. Her long-time dream of becoming India's best radio jockey had crashed, and she felt devastated. What happened to Prajakta can happen to any of us. When faced with failure, it is challenging to convince ourselves to move ahead. A setback in our dream career can often appear to be the end of the road, but it is well to remember the old saying: when one door closes, another opens. Instead of staring in regret at the closed door, one should look for the new door opening up somewhere. Prajakta's parents consoled her, saying, "You are a star with unique talents. Maybe there is a better and brighter career waiting for you." Prajakta slowly restored her faith in herself and started looking for another opportunity. When she decided to be a YouTuber, she looked into the mirror and encouraged herself, saying, YouTube is going to be my new start. Always be ready for surprises. Carl Sandburg, a famous American writer and the winner of three Pulitzer Prizes, once said, nearly all the best things that came to me in life have been unexpected, unplanned by me. When we plan too much, we usually look for perfect conditions, but things rarely fall into perfect place. Sometimes the thrill of trying something new, a positive attitude, and self confidence can bring surprises that can change your life. Something similar happened to Prajakta when she seized the opportunity to meet Hrithik Roshan. From his debut film Kaho Na Pyar Hai, Hrithik Roshan conquered millions of hearts, and Prajakta is one of them. When Prajakta heard that Hrithik would be coming to the radio station to promote the film Bang Bang, she expressed her desire to meet him, much to the der- derisive laughter of her co-workers, who scoffed she would not be allowed to come within 10 feet of him. However, when Ritik arrived at the radio station, Prajakta could not stop herself. She says, I thought he is standing in front of me. Let me take a picture. I'll think about my job later. Using her elbows to make her way through the crowd, she eventually reached Ritik and said, Hey, can I get a picture with you? She shot a video in which they both say, Oh my god. But Prajakta was delighted with her fan moment and posted the video on Instagram. That day, Sudeep Lahiri, vice president at One Digital Entertainment, India's leading digital video and creator network, was also present at the studio. I- Impressed by Prajakta's bubbling energy, he asked her to start a YouTube channel. To talk about this, he invited her to his office. Prajakta did not think YouTube was a career option, so she felt that meeting Sudeep would be a waste of time. But Sudeep always stopped to say hello to Prajakta whenever he happened to visit the radio station. With her radio career failing, Prajakta was not sure what to do next. In limbo, she decided to meet Sudeep. 3 months later, she went, thinking that if she cracked the interview, she would be a YouTuber. When she met Sudeep, she told him upfront that music, fashion, and beauty related topics were not her cup of tea. In those days, Prajakta wrote a humorous blog, which only four people, including her parents, read. She showed it to Sudeep. He suggested she would be a better fit in comedy and offered to help him create something in the comedy space. When the meeting ended, she asked him if she had got the job. Sudeep was astonished how clueless Prajakta was. He smiled and told her, "My team and I will be working for you, not the other way around." It was Prajakta's turn to be astonished. She was scared about this new journey, but her parents encouraged her not to worry about anything and gave herself 2 years to achieve results. She did not want the channel to have her name, but a smart title. The first one that came to mind was Mostly Sane. To convince her team that at One Digital Entertainment, Prajakta explained that she was going to make sense. But she would also show herself getting away with doing stupid things. To her surprise, everyone hated the name. But as the channel was supposed to go live the very next day, and no one had a better suggestion, she went ahead with Mostly Sane. When she started, Prajakta did not know how to make YouTube content. So she just took content ideas from multiple places and created a video. On 12th February 2015, she posted her first video, 5 types of singles on Valentine's Day. With Valentine's Day around the corner, the video earned over 1,000 views. Within the first 4 months, she had 2,000 subscribers and soon had over 20,000 subscribers. Prajakta says with YouTube, you get addicted to the number of views, likes, and dislikes. It's an open and transparent platform while being interactive. She began to enjoy the process, and within 2 years, she gained over 5 lakh subscribers for her YouTube channel. To celebrate her birthday and meteoric rise on YouTube, Sudeep and Gurpreet Singh, CEO and co founder of One Digital Entertainment, arranged a surprise meeting for her with Ritik Roshan. She was told to go to a bungalow in Juhu, where Ritik surprised her by opening the door. He said, "Hi Prajakta, how have you been?" Prajakta was shocked to discover that Ritik even remembered her name. He invited her in and asked her to cut the chocolate cake he had arranged for her. She was delighted with this birthday surprise and cried when it was time to bid Ritik goodbye. Create a better vision for yourself. Have you heard the famous story of breaking stones and buildings a monument? A woman was once walking down a street and noticed a group of laborers breaking stones. Intrigued, she went up to one of them and asked him what he was doing. The man replied abruptly, "Can't you see? I am breaking stones." She then asked the same question to the next man. To her surprise, he said, "I am helping to build the world's tallest church. Both laborers were doing the same work, but their visions were very different. The one with the larger vision was happier and more productive. In similar vein, by keeping a bigger vision of her work, Prajakta has made a mark in the crowded world of YouTube. Growing up, Prajakta had enjoyed dancing and done many theater shows, so she was not camera shy. However, when she started her channel, she was rather insecure about herself. Her defense was to wear a lot of makeup and pick content ideas and delivery styles from other YouTubers. But she soon realized that she was she was best when she was real and not a copy of anyone else. Prajakta created a bigger vision for herself and decided to stand out based on her unique identity. She says, "You can only go so far if you copy others. Your audience will know when you copy someone or use a accent. People like authenticity. You need to be you. Slowly, people will start to resonate with you, and if you connect with them on, on a regular basis." Within comedy, there are various niches. Prajakta was not a stand up comedian who, who could crack jokes on the go. She describes her creative process as observational humor, which is exaggerating everyday situations in a funnier manner. Prajakta's skits often portray a typical Indian middle class family in daily life situations. For these skits, she created a fictional family with characters that include Archana, mother, Manoj, father, and Montu, young brother. She plays all the characters, changing wigs and makeup. Prajakta says, comments are a great way of taking feedback about your content and writing new content. Funnily enough, the character of Montu gained so much popularity that the audience began asking for Montu videos. Over time, Prajakta has added many new characters to her fictional family. Prajakta's greatest fear is losing her connection with the audience, so she tries very hard not to miss a video upload deadline. She says, "There's a lot of other content on YouTube, and it's easy to get lost in the crowd of videos if you do not do just one video in a while. I try to be consistent. If I tell my viewers I am going to upload a video on a specific day, then I have to do so." When Prajakta started her channel, she would post videos every Thursday. Presently, she posts new content every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. In 2018, Prajakta became the first female comedy creator in India to have 1 million subscribers. In the same year, she won the Viral Queen of the Year at the IWM Digital Awards. In a short span of 6 years, she has posted over 840 videos on her channel. Along with comedy content, she also deals with social issues bothering young girls, such as body image issues and online bullying. Her alignment to these topics led to many opportunities she had never dreamed of. In 2018, Prajakta appeared in WhatsApp's first ever TVC, which addressed the significance of not spreading fake news. In the same year, she was selected as the Indian ambassador for the YouTube's Creators for Change initiative, one of 50 YouTubers chosen worldwide. In 2019, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation invited her to their annual Goalkeepers Summit. She was also the first Indian digital creator to participate in the UN General Assembly. Prajakta says, "I don't think I have achieved a lot. I have just started and I am greedy. I feel grateful for opportunities, but I understand it's just beginning." Give your best to your content. In comparison to TV serials and movies, videos created by YouTubers are not well produced and edited. Besides, they don't have many special effects and animations. Then why do people loyally watch YouTubers? The answer is because of the exciting content. Prajakta explains content is the only thing that works on YouTube. It makes people take time from their lives. It keeps getting them back on the channel of a creator. Prajakta takes her content creation process very seriously. While creating great content was difficult initially, she always made sure not to miss a deadline. Prajakta says every week is a trial and error. Because of the internet's reach, the audience can come from any city, town, or village. So it is challenging to balance what a creator wants to create with what the audience wants to watch. Prajakta thus works with topics that are common across locations and situations. Every video on her channel comes from experience. She likes observing her surroundings. She also goes to social media channels like Twitter to pick up trending topics. She always keeps a notebook and pen in her bag. Every day she writes little notes on to herself on things she feels would make for good video ideas. In June 2015, she was at her maternal grandmother's home in Delhi. She was due to post a video on the Thursday and was running out of ideas. She observed that Delhi people used many words that were almost unknown to people in Mumbai. So she made a video on 10 hilarious words Delhiites use. The video took off, and in 2 months, her subscriber count had increased from 3,000 to 30,000. Prajakta says, when I started my channel, I prayed to God to give me 40,000 subscribers. So she had reached close to her original target. The rise in the digital content has made YouTube a crowded space. When there are so many creators, there are inevitably multiple videos on similar topics, which in turn has made content creation difficult. Prajakta thinks that more than new content, differentiation is about presenting content in a new way. She says, since my content is observational, since my content is observational, it's very personal. She has never made a video on something she doesn't know about. Though she is not an engineer, for instance, she makes the time to meet and observe engineers to learn about their lives and work before making a video on the topic of engineering and engineers. Although Prajakta is one of India's most popular content creators, it was not a smooth ride to get where she is today. She faced many highs and lows along the way. There was a time she hit content block and went on autopilot mode. She had she had got too comfortable and was not listening to what her followers were telling her. She began losing her followers and was on the verge of closing her channel. Prajakta recalls, I got lazy and maybe that's why my content became irrelevant. She was about to quit when magic happened. There was a script lying on her desk that she had written long before but never shot because it was too extensive. She thought of doing it before quitting. That video, types of people on WhatsApp groups, went viral. With the success of this video, she realized that quitting was not an option. She began trying new things, brought in new characters, and just kept going. Within a year, her subscriber base grew from 2 lakhs to 3 million. Prajakta cautions there is no perfect formula. A creator has to keep experimenting and learning what his or her audience likes to watch. One of the key reasons behind Prajakta's success is her disciplined schedule of uploading videos on YouTube. There are some things that work only on YouTube and content that works on other social media channels. So she also creates content for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Her discipline has made her one of the most consistent creators. As a result, her fan base has grown enormously. She is devoted to her audience. Whatever I have achieved is because of my audience. I never take them for granted, she says. She interacts directly with their audience online, answering questions asked in the comment section. She also makes sure that she is giving her audience quality content. She says reflectively, it's not easy to always come up with fresh content that will become popular. I have made peace with the fact that not everything I publish will go viral. It is good to be fearful. Intel's former CEO Andy Grove famously said, success breeds complacency. Complacency breeds failure. Only the paranoid survive. When someone becomes very popular, it is natural for him or her to become overconfident and take things for granted. However, if one remains paranoid, he or she keeps striving for perfection. That is the credo Prajakta follows. She says, every time I do something out of my comfort zone, I have doubts whether I will be able to do it. But I want to feel that self-doubt. I never want to enter any field with the feeling of overconfidence. Self-doubt helps me navigate things better. When she was cast as a 17-year-old schoolgirl in her first film, Khayali Pulao, she did not know how she would play the role. To understand the characteristics of a normal teenage girl from rural North India, she spent days in a village and took pronunciation lessons. Her deep preparation for the role translated into a lovable and realistic performance. When she was cast in the Netflix web series Mismatched, she knew there would be more eyeballs on her and expectations would be higher. Moreover, she was playing a character she had not written. For the first few days of the shoot, it was tough to break away from the creator personality and go into actor mode. After every shot, she would ask the director, Kaisa tha? Can I see it? With time, she got comfortable and stopped overanalyzing her acting. Because of her YouTube experience, facing the camera came easily to Prajakta. But working with Bollywood stars in Jug Jug Jio made her nervous. But this lasted only till she got on set and the director helped her understand the character she was playing. It made her realize that all actors were just artists once the cameras began to roll. While grabbing new opportunities, Prajakta ensures her YouTube video schedule and audience engagement does not get impacted. Besides, she performs at many on site events such as college events, YouTube Fan Fest, and Comic Con. Sometimes she has such a busy schedule that breakfast, lunch, and dinner happen in different cities. E- Even with a super busy schedule and all the work pressure, Prajakta continues to connect with her audience on a personal level. Perhaps the question in your mind is, how does she manage it all? The answer is because of the splendid team that supports her. Prajakta says earlier, I didn't like delegating. That was a mistake. The combined effort of multiple qualified minds is always better than one mind working on multiple things. My biggest strength is my team. As audiences move to digital platforms, YouTube is the big thing for advertising. Due to Prajakta's rising popularity, many brands reach out to her for collaborations. To consider the collaboration, she looks for alignment of three factors: what the brand wants from her, whether the brand content fits seamlessly into her content and content sensibilities, what her audience is getting. Are they getting what they came to her for? When these three factors align, she moves ahead. Prajakta got her first brand collaboration opportunity after gaining 1 lakh subscribers. From yatra.com, she created a fortnightly property called Mostly Yatra on her channel. Through this series, she imparted her Yatra gam with her witty take on being a traveler. She created videos on topics such as types of people on a road trip and types of Indian travelers. Prajakta believes that online audiences are over the era of direct marketing and pathetic ads do not engage them. She says today's audience is making conscious decisions. They choose where they want to spend their time. We need to respect their smartness. Over the years, Prajakta has worked on many interesting brand collaborations, but she has never compromised on any communication that goes up on her channel, as she knows that a bad inclusion will inevitably be a dent. Okay, so that's the story of Mostly Sane, Prajakta Koli. So, really great story. So, at the end, again, the conclusion and the perspectives from Prajakta Koli are given in the book, and I encourage you to buy this book and read it yourself. So, thank you for watching and listening. We'll see you in the next one.